They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it, because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Across this country, we've seen this new phenomenon lately, chanted at sporting events and on signs. The phrase is, "Let's go Brandon."
Let's go Brandon, I agree.
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree.
I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa. It's not like, whoa. It's not like, whoa. I am not up to the job. I am not up to the job. It's not like, whoa. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
It's like, oh, Abel's your guy, eh, God? How about if I take him out in the field and beat him to death?
Dub is a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc.
Could we have done that sooner?
We are doing it.
But should we have done it sooner?
We are doing it.
Even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why I hardly even included that number, although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people, so I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia, too. I'm sure we do in Georgia, too. Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the vote.
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp. coming all over the place.
Testing. 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 Y'all, I've got some news. That you're about to be privy to. You're about to be privy to this news. It's very, very visible. It's visible news of the visible variety. So, you may notice I'm a little taller than I am typically. I'm a little taller. That's because my chair broke. And so I'm using a kitchen chair. I'm sitting on a kitchen chair at this moment. My chair broke. And so we're dealing with the consequences of these things that all just decide to happen in the world. So now I feel like I'm a very tall kid. I feel like I'm in kindergarten. I'm sitting on a kitchen chair. And, it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but neither was my previous sitting apparatus. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? But that means I can sit up here with my legs crossed, look a little thought-provoking. Yes, I'm provoking, these thoughts. And, so that's kind of what I'm going for here. And so, just bear with me. Just bear with me. Just bear the fuck with me. Just bear with me. So you got some news. There's a lot of news to be had. Feels like I'm looking up at you like I'm a teacher. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about this whole this new chair scenario. It makes me feel like I'm really tall, I feel like I'm a grown-up sitting in the chairs in kindergarten. That's what I thought. Everything is so far away. Whoa! Goddamn bib. You broke your chair and mic. My mic is fine. My mic arm is what's been broken. Hello, Bailey. What happened to my chair? It shattered this morning about 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago, I wake up and I sit down. I plant myself on the floor because the chair immediately crumbled under the weight and pressure of my body. And so here we are. So speaking of things that exist, let's read. Marijuana legalization tied to significant reductions in prescription drug use. Researchers find. I love research. I love when researchers find things. Look at that. Ooh! Legalizing marijuana for adult use is associated with decreased use of prescription drugs for the treatment of conditions such as anxiety, sleep, pain, and seizures, according to a new research paper. Several previous studies have identified associations with the enactment of medical cannabis legalization at the state level and reduced pharmaceutical prescriptions. But this latest paper, published in the journal Health Economics, focuses on the potential impact of recreational legalization in 10 states plus Washington, D.C. Researchers used data from Medicaid reporting on prescription drugs from 2011 to 2019, using two-way fixed effects event study models to determine whether there's a statistically significant relationship between giving adults legal access to regulated marijuana and the use of pharmaceuticals for 6 different conditions. The study found that there are significant reductions in the volume of prescriptions within the drug classes that align with the medical indications for pain, depression, anxiety, sleep, psychosis, and seizures in states that legalize cannabis for adult use. The result suggests substitution away from prescription drugs and potential cost savings for state Medicaid. I love the idea that Medicaid cost savings, like that. We're not really worried about what medicine is the best for this. What we're really trying to do is optimize how our health insurance scam is functioning. On average, recreational cannabis legalization seems to be associated with reductions in prescription drug utilization for depression, minus 11%, anxiety, minus 12%, pain, minus 8%, seizures, minus 10%, psychosis, minus 11%, and sleep, minus 11. Yeah, if you ever have problems falling asleep, try smoking weed, let me tell you. The paper did not identify measurable changes, blah, blah, blah. So basically what we're learning here, to my understanding, now I know a lot of people in my family and other people, like, you know, that I've adjacently spoken to throughout my life, that are on prescription drugs, you know, like painkillers, anxiety, that kind of stuff. And, you know, have tried weed, but just don't have access to it because it's not legal, in several states still in this country. But like, you know, have said that, you know, sometimes, you know, if they could find a friend of a friend that has weed or whatever, and then they just don't use any of their other medications for like a week or so, and they'll be fine just with weed. You know, that's an example I've heard. A lot of people also, if they have, something like marijuana, they're less likely to enter the market for prescription drugs, because again, note how the price difference between marijuana products are and prescription drugs. You have to go there, you have to spend valuable amounts of time, you have to get tested, you have to be like, you know, go through weekly or like monthly, like routine, like follow-up questionnaires that ask all these invasive questions. You know, if you don't have health insurance or something, or if your health insurance is shitty, you're going to end up spending a lot of money out of pocket with co-pays and all this and that. And then the pills, especially like antidepressants and stuff like that, you know, a lot of the times they work really great for a couple weeks or a couple months or maybe a year, and then all of a sudden you need an adjustment and you have to go through the ringer again. I know a lot of people that have told me these stories. And so it makes very obvious sense that marijuana legalization would lead to a reduction in prescriptions just in general, because why go get a pill when you can just, you know, eat a plant? You know, you can also, in a lot of these states, grow the plant in your closet. Why rely on a giant pharmaceutical industry when you can grow your own medicine and food? Huh? Anyway, you can read the rest of the study and the article if you'd like. But that's cool. I'm in. I like it. Whew. I love to grow my own medicine. Am I right, people? Yes, this chair is just it's a taller chair. Right? So I'm just higher up. But once again, my chair broke. So now I'm sitting like this. I don't know how long this is going to be the case. Honestly, I don't know. You know, if you want to help me with the chair fund, which I obviously need help with, feel free to give me money. End of the month review, the board of trustees and investors at the Above It All shareholder board, is not happy with the amount of fundraising that's currently occurring. We need more. That's what they told me. I got a text from them this morning saying that, in fact, honestly, now that I think about this, this makes a lot more sense. So the board, my representative, or the representative of the board to me, texted me this morning and said, you are going to regret not getting those fundraiser numbers up. And then, so I just didn't think about it at the time. Then I sat in my chair broke. So I'm thinking, my thought process right now is that the board is setting me up. That's my process. Maybe I shouldn't have explained that to the chat. The jig is up. But the investor shareholder board of the Above It All board, they're very unhappy with the fundraising numbers. We need more. Damn it. That's what they said. I hurt my finger doing that. That skit was a painful skit. We got some La Croix Limoncello flavor. Oh my god. But yes, now I am tall. Now you can see my legs in the frame. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But I don't know when I'm going to get a new chair. If I'm going to get a new chair. It's possible that I'm going to be sitting in this one for 3-4 months because I'm a lazy fucking cunt. Whoa. Anyway. So we got a show here. Doing a program. Is it correct to think of food as medicine? Not exactly. This is from the Seattle Times, written by Carrie Dennett. So, whenever I see articles about food, I like to check it out. So let's read. I am a big proponent of the food is medicine theory. It's not really a theory. It's just kind of a messaging, really. It's just a way to message things, but whatever. The Greek physician Hippocrates, the father of Western medicine, allegedly wrote, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food," more than 2,500 years ago. I say allegedly because it turns out that quote is nowhere to be found in any recovered documents ascribed to Hippocrates. All right. Goddamn Hippocrates. Unfortunately, this oft-repeated phrase, I've invoked it myself, has created a few widespread misconceptions. One is that it's possible to reject conventional medical treatment in favor of curing disease with food alone. So, now, I agree that, faith healers are fucking stupid. Or, the people, I'm going to eat an orange to combat COVID. Those people are dumb? Does that mean eating an orange is the worst thing in the world? Does that mean upping your vitamins is bad? No. But again, it's definitely not a replacement, but it's also not an either or, right? Another is that if we develop a chronic illness, it's because our diet wasn't healthy enough. Those are big burdens to bear. I will say this, as someone who has had multiple chronic illnesses in my life, almost every single one has been cured from fixing my diet. So that's my experience. Your mileage may vary. I'm also 25, right? So I made my big diet changes when I was relatively young. If you're in your 40s or 50s, it might be harder to adjust your diet and that kind of stuff. But, for me personally, I had multiple chronic illnesses when I was young, and pretty much all of them are gone. This doesn't mean, now again, I can go into more in depth than that at some point. Maybe, but this doesn't mean that nutrition doesn't matter. It does. While treating illness does involve food in the Hippocratic era, food was not treated as medicine. Food was viewed as a substance that our bodies could assimilate after digestion. Well, no shit. That's kind of what food is, isn't that? That's just a description of what food is. Whereas medicine was viewed as a substance that could change the body's own nature. As UK doctor and nutritionist Joshua writes in his 2021 book, Food Isn't Medicine, Drugs are able to do things to the human body that nothing else can, but the absence of a drug, it doesn't cause disease. For example, he points out that taking vitamin C for scurvy works because scurvy is caused by a lack of vitamin C, blah, blah, blah. The limitations of nutrition. Generally speaking, now I just want to say my opinion on the food is medicine thing. 95% of Americans don't eat vegetables, right? Look it up. 95% of Americans do not eat fiber. They do not eat on a daily basis any fiber. Fiber, what is fiber? Fiber is vegetables, motherfucker. 95% of Americans don't eat vegetables. A lot of chronic health conditions are directly related to diet. Now, again, does that mean that, oh, let me just pop an orange and that's like, you know, that's a preventative pill or that's a vaccine? No, that's not how it works, right? Your diet, it's not, you don't eat an orange and then you're set for like 6 weeks or something. That's not how it works, right? You know, you have to maintain a healthy diet to maintain a healthy body, right? So that's my opinion. Food is not medicine in the sense, oh, I feel sick, let me take medicine. Food is preventative medicine, right? Food is how you prevent illnesses from piling up. So let's keep going. The limitations of nutrition. Generally speaking, getting adequate levels of necessary nutrients enables our bodies to develop and function normally. That means when improving diet quality or increasing physical activity, the biggest health gains happen when someone moves from a low baseline nutrient deficiency and a sedentary life to meeting the minimum recommended levels. Once again, 95% of Americans do not eat fiber. So again, when we're talking about this, we're talking about almost everyone in this country anyway. Sure, there can be some benefit from going above and beyond adequate, but those benefits are proportionately small. The fact becomes lost in the rhetoric of optimizing our diets or eating clean. Now again, optimizing your diet, like this whole diet fad culture of like every meal has to be carefully constructed and planned out. No. That's fucking stupid. That's how you develop a mental illness and an eating disorder. But again, right, eating clean, right, doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to eat well for a week and then I'm going to go back to eating junk food and hamburgers and like TV dinners and goddamn this and that and Wendy's and, you know, both of which are common in diet and wellness culture. At best, the drive to eat perfectly can lead to food obsession with no guarantee of the desired payoff. Again, trying to optimize it, it's not like a math equation. I mean, I guess it theoretically could be, but the way that we live, like the way our society is structured, let's be honest, it's not going to be like a math equation. You're not, unless you're growing and processing all of your own food, there's going to be variables inherent to just living in a society. Once again, but I have experience with developing eating disorders around trying to optimize my diet, so to speak. And that's why, in my opinion, I just adopted general principles like eat fiber every day. Make sure you are not one of the 95%. If you are one of the 5% that eats fiber every day, you're doing literally better than 95% of Americans. In my opinion, like as long as I've eaten the daily recommended amount of fiber, I don't feel too bad about what I eat. Sometimes, you know, I'll have a little extra, you know, chips with something. You know, sometimes I'll have a soda pop every once in a while. But overall, I'm still eating vegetables every day, right? So my opinion is a lot of the times, now again, this is just in my experience, but a lot of people I've talked to, right, what they'll do is they'll eat bad meals, right? And then they won't have like good meals throughout the day. My opinion, if I'm eating good meals and I want to add like a bad meal on top of it, if it's an extra, if it's a snack on top of something, that's fine, right? You eat a normal, well-balanced meal, and if you just want to pig out, you know what? All right, let's go drink a soda pop on top of having eaten well. The big problem is when people come into the meal replacement. They replace normal food with fast food, with TV dinners, with all that garbage. If you really want a Hot Pocket, let's say that's your favorite fucking shit in the world for whatever reason, you really want a Hot Pocket, you're craving a Hot Pocket, okay, have one. But maybe have one a couple hours after you've had a well-balanced dinner. That's my, you know. Like, yes, you are overall eating more, right? You're eating more, but you're also, it's like, as long as you understand it's an aberration, the goal is that, you know, you don't want to replace good foods with bad foods. That's my thing. There's a lot of hand-wringing about poor quality diets driving increases in many chronic diseases. Yes, there's evidence that a nutritious diet that includes lots of plant foods can help prevent cardiovascular disease and cancer, probably the two chronic diseases that we worry most about. But there's no guarantee that eating healthfully will let you dodge those bullets. Does that mean we shouldn't do it? I don't understand this article. I really don't. I don't know who this article is for. And that's why I wanted to talk about it. Because I don't know who this article is for. This article is like designed for people that are like, I think, just getting into wellness culture. Like maybe they got like their foot in the water, right? And it's like, but I don't know. That seems like a very small subsect of people. I don't know. There's no guarantee, blah, blah, blah. When I used to work with cancer patients, I had had many conversations. It started with the person sitting across from me telling me that they knew they caused their cancer by not eating healthy enough. You better believe I shut down the shame train. Yeah, people shouldn't feel bad about that. For sure. But, I still don't know who this article is for. I don't know. Again, it's not that nutrition doesn't matter for health, but far too much emphasis is placed on personal responsibility, given that what determines our health is multifactorial. If you were to imagine those factors in a pie chart, social and economic factors account for about 40%. Our genes, biology, physical environment, and the quality of our health care we receive is about... So my thing is, okay, you can't control the factors that you can't control. My opinion is what you can control, you should optimize to the best of your capabilities. And that doesn't mean going above and beyond your capabilities, right? So, you know, like, this idea, oh, well, like, half of what affects us is the lead in the gasoline, so I'm just going to drink Coca-Cola all day? I don't quite get that. I'm not quite sure what that, like, yes, it's important to understand that it's not everything, it's not the complete picture, but I'm not quite understanding what this article is about or who it's for. It includes nutrition as well, the 30% chunk. It includes nutrition as well as physical activity, sleep, stress, preventative healthcare, risky behaviors, unsafe sex, failure to wear seatbelts, smoking status, and alcohol and drug use. I love alcohol, I love drugs. I do not love unsafe sex. I think unsafe sex, very bad. But I do love drugs and alcohol. Where food matters more. It's true that food has a therapeutic, dare I say, medicinal role for certain health conditions. Some are relatively rare and too complicated to explain here. But here are a few common examples. Many people with irritable bowel syndrome can manage symptoms by avoiding high FODMAP, fermentable foods. Okay. The only known treatment for celiac disease is total avoidance of gluten, one of the proteins in wheat, rye, and barley, although there are some promising drug trials underway. Okay, so a disease is when you eat food and it negatively interacts with your body. Is that a disease or an allergy? You know, for diagnosed food allergies or intolerances, avoiding of the offending food is key. Oh, wow. So if someone has an allergy and they eat something that they're allergic to, they'll have reaction. And so if you don't eat the food, that's medicine. I don't know who this article is for, but I'm enjoying it. The bottom line is the best medicine is to aim for balance in our lives with regards to food movements. Okay, I agree with that. But the other thing is, in my opinion, like, we live in a culture where 95% of Americans aren't eating right. So in my opinion, I don't know who this article is for. Personally, I think it's okay to treat food as medicine, but it's an analogy. It's a metaphor, right? It's not a direct one-to-one, you know, like, oh, I feel sick, let me eat an orange is not the same as, oh, I feel sick, let me drink some cough syrup or something. I'm back on the subject of drugs and alcohol. But, you know, I don't know. I don't quite know what this article is for or why it exists. But, you know, I decided to read it because that's what I do. Goddamn hummus. I love hummus. Nice outfit. Thanks. Yeah, like, it should just be very simple. Like, eat fucking vegetables, dumbass. Like this whole article could have been brought down to, like, yeah, you know, food's not going to prevent you from dying, but you should also probably eat vegetables. According to a recent study, 95% of you stupid motherfuckers reading this don't know how to cook a goddamn carrot. How about you fucking get off your ass and learn how to fucking cook a meal for once in your goddamn life? That, and then you just period, and then that's the article. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Could be something like that. My niece is a registered dietitian going through her internship. You gotta get her on the show, sounds like. Goddamn jalapeno hummus. Y'all, tomorrow, Cooking with the Bitch returns. That's right, a new episode tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So 1 hour from now, and an hour from right now, you'll have to wait an additional 24 hours. And then Cooking with the Bitch will be premiering. Wednesday is going to be the day for that. It's already been decided. So go ahead and watch it. If you haven't seen the other episodes, feel free to watch the previous season and or iteration. But definitely be sure to watch the recent episodes of the latest episodic iterational. Tomorrow, I will also be doing a Doom stream at 2 p.m. I'll be doing a Doom stream. I'll be finishing up the Fractured Worlds secret levels. And so we're going to go for that one. Yesterday on the channel, I uploaded a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters speedrun. And so I did another one yesterday. And so that is going to be live. There's a second one coming today. If you like it, if that's what you're into, feel free to turn it on. No pressure. But you know, that's fun. I've been getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters. That's cool. In fact, here's the box. I got the box right here. I love boxes. Look at that. Look at this box. It's one hell of a box. That shit's crazy. But anyway, getting back into that. So I've got some on the Lucid Dream show, highly anticipated. The Lucid Dream show, people have said, you should do a show about all these things that you do. You know, you do all these cool things, do a show about, that's what they tell me. And so I have been really thinking about how to do it right. And so I've decided that I'm going to delay it even further for the sake of production value and for the sake of cohesion and for the sake of doing my own experimentation. I'm going to delay the Lucid Dream program even further, but I am working on it. So I can tell you I'm working on it, but I don't want to rush it because I want to do it the right way. And I want people to be able to maximize, you know, I want people to be able to maximize what they gain out of it. So there you go. Above it all, stocks just dropped. I mean, that allows me to fucking buy the dip. You know who else loves boxes? No, I don't. Do a live show with you taking DMT maybe one day? You're an artist, we understand. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of understanding, I think I understand the universe. Alrighty. God dang Max Coin. I gotta actually do a Max Coin one of these days. So there's like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, this is like a big, this is like a big saga that's unfolded. like in the last like 12 hours, there's like this big saga. So I don't even know what, okay, so there's a lot to go in here. Lord have mercy. Okay. So, I'm not quite sure when the original publishing date for this article is, but it's either yesterday or really early this morning, I'm not sure. But on the Washington Post, this is going to be like brace for impact here, because we are going for a saga. There's a lot to discuss here. So, someone by the name of Taylor Lawrence wrote an article for the Washington Post saying the title is Meet the Woman Behind Libs of TikTok, Secretly Fueling the Rights Outrage Machine. So for those of you that don't know, Libs of TikTok is a Twitter account. Now you might be wondering, what the fuck's going on here? What the fuck's going on here? TikTok, Twitter, which is which? So TikTok is another social media platform. And so this Twitter account is called Libs of TikTok. And so the goal of this Twitter account is to post out of context videos of liberals on their TikTok to Twitter for the purpose of making fun of them. Often the Libs of TikTok account would just repost gay people just being gay, like, you know, saying, oh, you know, it's Pride Month, so here's like top 10 facts about gay history. And then Libs of TikTok will say, why are they so gay? You know, and so Libs of TikTok is a Twitter account that basically has garnered a lot of followers. I have their page open, but I'm gonna, I don't know how many followers they have, but they have a lot of followers because people, you know, they associate TikTok with the loony left, the radical Generation Z, all that stuff. And so, but I've covered Libs of TikTok on my show a couple of times. Now, one of the things that Libs of TikTok does is they will take videos of people, like a teacher, for example, wearing a shirt that's like, you know, got a Pride shirt for like, you know, Pride Month, which takes place in June. And they're just like, you know, yeah, I wore a Pride shirt to class today. And, you know, they do a TikTok where they'll like talk about their lessons or whatever to try to share with other teachers. And in like a video, they'll talk about how they mentioned it's Pride Month or whatever. So like Libs of TikTok would take videos like that and say that like teachers are grooming children, sexual predators are trying to kill our kids with gayness, stuff like that. It eventually has led to several people being fired, doxxed, having their family called on the phone, harassed, people going to their houses just because they happen to be a gay teacher. Now, this is like before the Don't Say Gay bill, right? This is how the Libs of TikTok account kind of gained prominence, was by doxing and harassing random teachers, random teenagers that made a viral TikTok post about how like Bernie Sanders is cool or something like that. You know, the Libs of TikTok account basically exists to dox people that they disagree with and send millions or hundreds of thousands of people to harass them. That's kind of the goal of the account. That's pretty much the goal of the account. Like, if you want to debate that or disagree with that, fine. But like, let's be real here. Let's be real, right? And so again, it's one thing, all that happens, but then the Libs of TikTok account, right, has recently gained more prominence because right-wing politicians like Ron DeSantis have been using a lot of the videos posted on the Libs of TikTok Twitter account as like reason for their Don't Say Gay bill or their parental blah 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 rights, and reasons why trans people need to be killed, or reasons why we should go hunt trans people. That's what right-wing politicians are saying now. And when you ask them why, a lot of the times they will repost the Libs of TikTok out of context clips about just gay people existing. Like, oh, someone is trans and at Starbucks and therefore they deserve to die now because they're trans at Starbucks, right? So again, a lot of people have used these posts by Libs of TikTok to dox, to harass, to send death threats to people, including right-wing politicians. They're crafting legislation around it. So it needs to be understood this person is a member of the political scene. You know, they're not a politician, but they're a high-profile journalist in the sense that they curate news for political purposes, right? And they actually they speak to politicians. They actually have their input regarded when making bills. They are a public person. They are a political entity. So that is the recap, okay? So now let's get into this article. Meet the woman behind Libs of TikTok secretly fueling the right's outrage machine. On March 8th, a Twitter account called Libs of TikTok posted a video of a woman teaching sex education to children in Kentucky, calling the woman in the video a predator. The next evening, the same clip was featured on Laura Ingram's Fox News program, prompting the host to ask, when did our public schools, any schools, become what are essentially grooming centers for gender identity radicals? Libs of TikTok reposts a steady stream of TikTok videos and social media posts, primarily from LGBTQ plus people, often including incendiary framing designed to generate outrage. Videos shared from the account quickly find their way to the most influential names in right-wing media. The account has emerged as a powerful force on the internet, shaping right-wing media, impacting anti-LGBTQ plus legislation, and influencing millions by posting viral videos aimed at inciting outrage among the right. It's a clip farm. The anonymous account's impact is deep and far-reaching. Its content is amplified by high-profile media figures, politicians, and right-wing influencers. Its tweets reach millions, with influence spreading far beyond its more than 648,000 Twitter followers. Libs of TikTok has become an agenda setter in right-wing online discourse, and the content it surfaces shows a direct correlation with the recent push in legislation and rhetoric directly targeting the queer community. Libs of TikTok, this is a quote, is basically acting as a wire service for the broader right-wing media ecosystem, said Ari Durenin, LGBTQ program director for Media Matters, the progressive media watchdog group. It is shaping public policy in a real way and affecting teachers' ability to feel safe in their classrooms. The account has been promoted by podcast host Joe Rogan, blah, 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 blah. An account in search of a voice and a big break from Joe Rogan, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Chaya Raychik has been working as a real estate salesperson in Brooklyn when, in early November 2020, she created the account that would eventually become Libs of TikTok. Under her first handle, Shaya69, she minimized COVID, cast doubt on the election results, and promoted a dubious story about child sex trafficking ring. Once again, I want to remind everyone, it's been documented by law enforcement. Now, typically I say not to trust law enforcement, but hear me out. Law enforcement and other organizations that investigate child sex trafficking, pedophilia, all that kind of stuff, child endangerment, child abuse, they say that the QAnon conspiracy and this like right-wing media outrage claiming anyone and everyone is a sexual predator, right? They say that all of the fake calls about Democrats being Satan worshipers actually have had such an impact on the like job and role of people whom like their careers are to investigate child sex trafficking and other such things. It makes it more difficult. It has led to less convictions, less arrests, and less time and resources are able to actually get spent on actually helping children, because almost all the time people are now getting these tips and these things that are leading just to right-wing conspiracy theories. And again, like police, actual law enforcement agencies have said, like, they've actually denounced QAnon in some way because they say that QAnon basically gums up the works, it floods the system, and they don't know what is a real tip, what's just a conspiracy theorist, etc., right? So the stated goal of trying to root out predators by these people, they are literally doing the exact opposite according to the institutions that they claim to worship and trust. Law enforcement organizations have literally begged these people to stop calling them about their conspiracy theory, Democrats, Satan worshiper cults, right? Because again, it just floods the lines and it makes it so that proper resources cannot be devoted to actually saving real people that actually really need help. So that needs to be very understood. In January 2021, Rachik started talking about traveling to D.C. to support Trump on January 6th. At the Stop the Steal rally, when violence broke out the Capitol that day, she tweeted a play-by-play account claiming to be on the ground. There were rubber bullets from law enforcement. One hit right next to me, she said. She posted videos from the crowd and spoke of tear gas being deployed nearby. After saying she left the riot, she used Twitter to downplay the event, claiming that it was peaceful compared to the BLM protest. Lord have mercy. Later that month, Rachik cycled through 2 more Twitter names, this time focusing on state politicians. First, under the handle Chaya Rachik and the display name Chaya Rachik. And then under the new handle, Cuomo Must Go, she railed against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. She's, deservingly and maybe possibly calling for him to resign. And he did. One thing that needs to be understood is that, if you are wanting in any way, if you ever blow up in any way, you need to know that everything you've ever said online is recorded somewhere. And, if you're not going to do anything at all to try to hide it, if you're going to use the same account all the way through, people are going to be able to look at your post history. So, I don't know. It's pretty funny when boomers don't know how the internet works. And, oh, how'd you know what my name is? Well, they just looked at your first tweet. It's not that hard. Right? But okay. By early last March, she pivoted to a parody account entitled Houseplant POTUS, pretending to tweet as if she was a houseplant living with President Biden. She revamped her avatar to look like a small shrub with Biden's face on it, blah, blah, blah. But the houseplant parody never took off. On April 19, 2021, she pivoted her account once again, this time to Libs of TikTok. So she's trying to, find a bit. She's trying to, find something that actually is going to gain any popularity, and eventually, she did. Just 4 months after getting started, Libs of TikTok got its big break. Joe Rogan started promoting the account to millions of listeners on his podcast. He mentioned it several times on the show in August, then again in late September. Libs of TikTok is one of the greatest fucking accounts of all time, he said. With his seal of approval, Rachik's following skyrocketed. When people ask, oh, Joe Rogan, oh, he's not a right-winger, why do you say that? This is why. Joe Rogan literally is, in this instance, domino effect style, literally actively helping right-wing fascists ban gay people from being alive, make being trans and going to the doctor illegal, right? Banning abortion access to people who need it. Joe Rogan, in a lot of ways, is directly installed in this pipeline and is helping these people gain their fucking power. It's just how it is. I don't know what to tell you. And if that triggers you, go cry to him about it. Libs of TikTok gained more prominence at the end of last year, cementing its spot in the right-wing media outrage cycle. Its attacks on the LGBTQ plus community also escalated. By January. Rachik's page was leaning hard into groomer discourse, calling for any teacher who comes out as gay to their students to be fired on the spot. Her anti-trans tweets went especially viral. She called on her followers to contact schools that were allowing, quote, boys in the girls' bathrooms, and pushed the false conspiracy theories that schools were installing litter boxes in bathrooms. I mean, honestly, though. Honestly.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Libs of TikTok is shaping our entire political conversation, this is a quote, about the rights of queer people to participate in society, Drennan said. It feels like they're single-handedly taking us back a decade in terms of the public discourse around queer rights. It's been like nothing we've ever really seen. Now, I want to say, Libs of TikTok is not like an architect here. We need to understand that. This person is just one cog in the machine, right? But we have to understand how the media cycle works, how all of this stuff happens, right? This person tried really hard, apparently, but did end up finding a niche in the right-wing hate rage media circus that exists of, just clip farming. She produces no original thoughts or comments. All she does is clip farm. That's it. Now, she's not producing any original content, but what she is doing is she's a part of the pipeline, right? between politicians, media figures, right, rich billionaires that want to hurt queer people, and queer people just posting cool TikToks, right? Again, this account has posted just kids, literally fucking 16-year-olds making a TikTok about I don't know how someone in their class came out as lesbian or something. And then all of a sudden, right, they're 16 years old, all of a sudden 1 million people are sending them messages, death threats, calling them a predator, saying, oh, we're going to send your parents to jail for making you a tranny and all that. It's what? Again, it's fascinating. So anyway, so you can read the rest of this if you'd like. This is a very in-depth piece. This is a good piece, and I think that this is something that you should read. So she writes this on Twitter. Right, now again, I don't know when the first post was made, but she posted this thread on Twitter, and the account responded. So that's part one of the scoop. This is a multi-part scoop. There's a lot going on. So, Libs of TikTok has responded. God, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I can't with this shit. It's so cringy.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Okay, so anyway. So apparently, this person at one point had said that they've been harassed. I wonder if that harassment has anything to do, but okay. But anyway, so right-wing media found out about this. This account is going in, retweeting Glenn Greenwald, by the way, whom, right, I can't see because I'm blocked. For those of you that don't know, real quick, history time. In November of 2020, Glenn Greenwald accepted my offer, an invitation for a conversation about transgender rights in this country in November of 2020. Now, at the time, I had a lot of so-called left-wingers flooding my mentions saying, why are you accusing Glenn Greenwald of being transphobic? Blah, 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 blah. I never accused him of that. I just said he was saying things that are objectively false and that were transphobic. I never accused him of being whatever. Anyway, so privately, he accepted my invitation to debate, and then he ghosted me for a month after I asked him, just, hey, how do you, give me a date? So we had 4 or 5 back and forths. Then it was, get me a date, right? And then he ghosted me. And then a month later, he references how he references me just out of nowhere on Twitter. And so I respond, it blows up, and then eventually he blocks me. So I just want to say it's really funny that Libs of TikTok is retweeting Glenn Greenwald. I remember when I, quote-unquote, canceled Glenn Greenwald, people were still saying, oh, he's a lefty. Oh, no, he's just kind of weird sometimes. That was November 2020. That was a long time ago. Anyway, now he's a very... I think almost everyone knows he's a right-wing figure. Let's just be honest. Glenn Greenwald is a token gay, right? He's one of those gay people that goes around and says, I got my rights, bro. Fuck you. He's a token. He's a piece of garbage. He's a trash can. Fuck him in the face. I hope he suffers for the rest of his life. That being said, small tangent. So, Libs of TikTok is responding with allegations of doxing. Now, again, this account, Libs of TikTok, right? This account has doxed literal children. People under the age of 16 years old posting a random thing on TikTok have been doxed by this account. Right? This account has fueled hate campaigns against children, teachers, just random gay people that just exist, that are alive. They have blood coursing through their veins and they're gay, have been the victims of internet harassment campaigns, people showing up to their houses, death threats, doxing, all that stuff. And it's okay, complaining about doxing when you've done that is a little stupid, but this is the game that they're playing. Jack Posobiec, Nico House's best friend, protecting her and doing all this stuff. Oh, this is, blah, 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 doxing, Bezos post, apparently. I don't know what, whatever. So this whole thing, right, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I've got a Newsweek article that will give us some highlight takes. Why Taylor Lawrence's Libs of TikTok expose has outraged conservatives. This is from Newsweek. So, let's read. As Washington Post's columnist Taylor Lawrence is expected to publish a new piece today revealing the identity of the person behind the Twitter account Libs of TikTok, The social media platform has been stormed by outraged conservatives accusing the journalist of doxing and harassing the anonymous account holder. In my opinion, if you have got 700,000 followers on Twitter, you should not be allowed to be anonymous. That's my opinion. If you want to be anonymous, great. Don't make a Twitter account. The best way to remain anonymous is to not get involved. Right? When you get involved, I don't think you should be doxxed. Right? But if you've got 600,000 followers and you're doxing kids and sending death threats to kids, yeah, you know what? Fuck your privacy. Fuck your anonymity. Just being honest. The conservative account, Libs of TikTok, which mostly shares content attacking liberals and school teachers, accused of allegedly grooming and indoctrination of children on LGBTQ rights, has become a social media sensation in the past 2 years, achieving a follower base, past year really, not 2 years, but okay, of some 648,000 followers on Twitter and 66,000 on Instagram and 9,000 on YouTube. I have more subscribers than this bitch on YouTube, but, you know, also, that's not her main account. The account was also once active on TikTok, but was deactivated, the anonymous creator told the New York Post in an interview in February. Lawrence's attention to reveal the identity of the anonymous creator of the account on the Washington Post became public knowledge when Florida Governor's Ron DeSantis press secretary Christina Pushaw shared a screenshot of an email allegedly sent by the Washington Post journalist asking her for comment on the story. So, once again, this is someone that works in Florida's government. Right? So that needs to be understood here. That needs to be understood. In Pushaw's tweet, Lawrence is allegedly working on a story to expose the woman behind Libs of TikTok. Pushaw's comments in response to Lawrence's request is in her tweet a clown emoji. Blah, 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 blah. So this is Brigitte Gabriel says, Taylor Lawrence and the Washington Post think doxing a teenager because they run in a What? Doxing a teenager? Is the person who made this account really a teenager? I don't think their age was mentioned here. I'm looking for age. Yeah, so their age is not mentioned there at all. No one involved in the story is remotely a teenager, responded Lawrence. Like, did this stupid idiot think, oh, well, Libs of TikTok must be a teenager? Taylor Lawrence is about to expose the private citizen behind some anonymous account on Twitter. Again, anonymous account on Twitter is like, you know, every frame of SpongeBob, right? Or, you know, those like Twitter accounts that are just like automated and it just combs through every frame of a show. And then like an anonymous Twitter account is like, you know, a parody account of like some An anonymous Twitter account does not have 700,000 followers and is speaking to politicians to craft legislation. You're not anonymous at that point. I'm sorry. If you were anonymous, I wouldn't know who you were. I don't know if you can hear a beeping, by the way, but there's shit going on outside. This is funny. This is funny. That's funny. Breaking! I am told Taylor Lawrence even showed up at the homes of family members of Libs of TikTok. Like, showing up at someone's house to ask questions and then, like, them saying no and you leaving is not the same, right, as going up to someone's house and, like, you know, harassing them or pranking them or, like, you know, TPing them or whatever it is, right? We need to understand that. Now, again, in my opinion, it's probably better not to go to someone's house. It's probably better to try to get them on the phone, right? Just, you know, just for optics' sake. But, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. This person who has not been doxxed or anything like it, by the way, is playing victim because @Taylor Lawrence is about to put out a story about them, wrote another Twitter user. Libs of TikTok posted on Twitter thanking her supporters for standing by her. So again, we can keep seeing all this. This is a great photo. This is apparently them getting stalked. Where is this, like, really cringy tweet? Where is it? There's, like, a really cringy crybaby tweet. Where is it? Words cannot express how appreciative I am of the support I'm receiving right now. Thankfully, I'm currently holed up in a safe... I'm holed up. I'm goddamn holed up in a safe location. Like, this bitch is in, like, Saddam Hussein's secret fucking, like, underground castle. Like, what do you mean you're holed up? Like, you are at, like, your friend's house or, like, your mom's house. Like, you're not holed up. Like, you know what I mean? I'm confident we will get through this and come out even stronger. Grateful for all the thoughts and prayers. This bitch literally asking for thoughts and prayers. Like, I mean, I can't. Anyway, I agree with Jenny Tight Pants on Twitter. This is about sums up my thoughts on this. But again, this whole saga, this is great. This is going to be permeating the news sphere. People are going to be talking about this for a while. So I figured I would give you the full debrief. We had a brief, and then we debriefed it. Is that how words work? I don't know. But anyway, so that's the scoop. Libs of TikTok crying because, unfortunately, you can't have 700,000 followers on Twitter and maintain your anonymity. Apparently. So, I don't know. I think that's a little silly, but of course they're all going to clutch their pearls. Donald Trump, President of the United States, advocating an assassination on an American citizen, Michael Ryanel, and then after he was assassinated, gloating about it on live television and saying it had to happen. That's fine. Right-wingers killing people is great, especially when they're president and they get to use the presidential powers that they have to basically just tell random paramilitary forces around the country to just kill whoever they want. That's great. Right-wingers getting people killed is awesome. Left-wingers looking at my tweet history. Oh no? Like, you know what it's ridiculous. It's dumb. These people are silly. They're losers, and there's no point in hypocrisy shaming them. They're gonna go with whatever defense they think will manipulate the everyman, the stupid motherfucker who listens to Joe Rogan's show. You know this is gonna get talked about on Joe Rogan's show. You know they're gonna talk about this. It's gonna be part of the liberal media doxed someone. So stupid. But once again,
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I don't know what the fuck is happening. There's like machines right outside my house. There's like goddamn large machines.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's pretty much the show. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the show. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, like, I feel like I'm like that character, what's that sculpture, like the Thinker or something? Like, I'm the Thinker, you know, the motherfucker that's sitting on the block going like this. This is gonna be like, how's the angle? Is this okay? Does it look weird? Is this preferable? Is this better than the other chair? I don't know. I am doing pretty well. You flaked out on 2 events? I mean, that's not even social anxiety. That's just like medical anxiety. There's a goddamn fucking pandemic going on. So, it's logical. Just say, yeah, I don't want to go. I don't feel like getting COVID. The thigh lovers probably like that chair a lot. Oh my goodness. The goddamn thigh lovers. What can I say? What can I say? Where are the thigh lovers at? Gotta melt down all the machines. Y'all, be sure to watch Cooking with the Bitch tomorrow. Set your alarms. It's gonna be great. I'm a big thigh head. Yeah, it isn't because of COVID and fully intended to go both times. One time was in a park. Oh. It's all good. It happens. Yeah, so once again, my camping chair that I was using as a chair, no longer with us. It's not doing so well. So I'm sitting on a kitchen chair made of wood. And I got a pillow right there for my back. But the chair is like higher up, right? So it's like, I'm like, you know, I feel big. So, I don't know. This might just be the angle for a little bit, as long as people, you know, don't think it's too weird. I mean, I feel weird, but it's also, I just feel weird when anything changes, you know? Doing some alchemy. We got goddamn real on sending some czars. Donating to maintain thigh cam and against a new chair. I mean, okay. I'm not gaming in this chair. I don't know. This just happened like 30 minutes, but like 10 minutes before the show started. I know I'm not, you know, my mornings, I've been trying to really experiment with my mornings. So I don't like to go on the computer too early. So I get on the computer, it's like 9:40. I sit down. So I haven't gamed yet. There's no gaming yet. But I might game in this chair. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I sat on a broken chair for a year and a half. I finally bought the one online for about $100 and it's just fine. I need to get a new chair. I mean, I shouldn't have been with a camping chair for so long. But, you know, I'm lazy. And, you know, I don't feel like spending money on a chair. Like $100? Like, I could buy groceries with $100, you know? I don't need a chair. I need food. Thigh cam to 4K? Maybe. It's possible. Only thighs? I mean, that's also very possible. I'm just kidding. You wish! Damn, you're good? I'm not that good. I'm bad, actually. Standing table? I could do like I don't know, I could stand. But like standing, you know... Like, this is, now I'm like way big. But maybe I'll get a standing scenario. I don't know. Instead of sitting in the chair. Like, I feel like I'm at like the kids' table for Thanksgiving or something, you know? Some judge said the government can't require mask mandates on airplanes anymore. I mean, the government never gave a shit, so honestly, I don't really care. I don't, you know, that shit's done. We need workout streams. I gotta start working out more first. I gotta do those yoga videos. The only reason Tulsi Gabbard had anyone support her in the 2020 primary, I maintain this, is that her yoga workout videos, right? I guarantee no one else would have been interested in her campaign if it weren't for those yoga workout videos. So I gotta really take a note there. I mean, I was considering voting for Tulsi. I mean, I was like, you know, whoa. Flaunt that shit. What am I flaunting? Being good at games? Because, yeah, I'm a gamer. This is how we play games. $10 from Unknown Stoyle. Chair fund. Eat Rayman for a few days, but treat your body right. What? Chair fund, ... That part I understand. Eat Rayman for a few days, but treat your body right. How do I do both of those? I love that workout video of the girl in front of that one coop. Goddamn coop. No, don't eat Rayman. You know what I mean, the thighs. Oh. They're big. It's true. But yeah, I'm down to just chill for a little bit longer. I'm not doing anything. I got nothing to do. Honestly, though, I have a lot to do. Because I haven't been playing, or I haven't been editing my clips and videos. Because I've been playing Dungeon Dice Monsters. And I'm considering doing another run today. So, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It's not oodles and noodles, motherfucker. It's oodles of noodles. Oodles and noodles. You just... Rayman the game? I love Rayman the game. My posture will take a hit if you are... My posture's already shit. Have you ever seen me with good posture? It ain't happening. Don't break this chair. This chair is a little bit more structured than the camping chair, so might take a little bit before it bursts. Yeah, I'm gonna be hunched over when I play games. Like this. Yeah. Ow, my lumbar. Oh, double kill. Oh. That's gonna be me. This is where I usually get my news first. Then I hear about it throughout the rest of the day. But some of your content I won't hear anywhere else. That's because I'm a unique person. Right? I cover things that no one else covers. Why? Because I care. Everyone else, they're on autopilot. They're cogs in the machine. They're fucking programs just fucking doing their scripts. They're not thinking beings. When's the last time you saw one of these news YouTubers talk about eating? Not happening. Trust me, look after your back. Your 50-yo self would be grateful. I'm planning on living to 200, so once I make it, I'm planning on, getting involved in anti-aging technology when I'm in my 60s. If that's the goal. I give that shit another 30, 40 years. 30, 40 years. I feel like anti-aging tech is going to be there in 30, 40 years. Maybe y'all disagree. Trust me. Oh, I already read that. Did I give the camping chair a proper burial? No, it just happened like 10 minutes before the stream. Andrea's going to be the hottest gaming granny. Oh, you bet. You bet. Don't freeze your body? I'm not going to freeze my body. Anti-aging. Anti-aging is not freezing. It's de-aging your body or preventing further aging. No freezing. I'm going to be sexy forever. If I could switch to a completely human-like android body, would you? Like from like D-Ball? Fuck yeah. I'll be D-Ball androids. See, I love the idea that like Twitch has like a hydrate thing, yet 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. What is this? Like, drinking water's turned into a meme. Drink water. 75% of Americans are too stupid to drink water. They're just dumb. Right. I was going to do another segment. What's that one android that they added to that fighting game that's like... I haven't played any of the new Dragon Ball games, but I've seen them in a lot of hentai. It's like the pink one. Yeah. Like Android 20 or something. I don't know. Most Americans just drink soda pop. It's true. It's true. The weird clown guy? Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's right. 21? Okay, 21? Yeah, whatever. It's one of those. But it's like, it's a non-canon. It's like, it's just for the game or whatever. I don't know. Ow. Oh. Oh. 21? 21 is the Dr. Giro android? I thought that was... No, that's 20. I think 19 is the clown dude. Maybe. I'm just gonna look this up. I don't know, because I remember adding, is that like Fighter Z or something? But I never played it, but I know that they marketed that with a new Android. Hell yeah. Yeah, I gotta play that game. Anyway. Where do I get the most bang? Probably Cash App. To be honest with you. Because Patreon, I have to wait until the end of the month or whatever. Or the start of the month, I suppose. But Cash App is direct and instant. So? Yeah, 21 transforms into the pink thing. That's what I saw in like whatever video I watched. But I've still never played the game. Anyway, if I can be Android 21, I'm in. I'll be the Android. All right. So last night, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Last night, this is just a generic image, was the Better Call Saul Season 6 premiere. And so I want to talk about it for those of you that are interested in this show and haven't, you know, whatever, if you're behind on the spoil, just get the fuck out. Just get out. Get out. Get out of this fucking shit. Leave. If you have seen the premiere, then you are more than welcome to continue watching. But okay, so last night, I got really fucking high. I nearly overdosed on marijuana products. And I also did some shrooms. And I watched the premiere of Better Call Saul Season 6, Episode 1 and Episode 2. and I have much to say. I have a lot to say. So we'll see. So anyway, so I watched this on a lot of drugs, and so, like, you know, I enjoy modifying my experience. But so the introductory sequence. Okay, the introductory sequence. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what's going on in the introductory sequence. Where's Gene? What happened? You know, not saying I don't like it, but it's very clearly opening up to provide something for context later. Introductory sequence, I enjoyed it immensely. You know, what were other moments of this? You know, the big moments. Okay, so for me, now again, this might have been the shrooms kicking in. For those of you that don't know, this is a 2.5-hour premiere. You know, with the advertisements, because this is a cable show. So anyway, when I was watching the ads, right, I thought the ads were part of the show. I thought I was like watching like Tim and Eric or something, and it was like the ads were fake, but no, they were real ads, and they were like, what is? I was watching the like this one advertisement was about like a product for like, I don't know, some weird medicine, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? But anyways, let's go back to the show. My favorite part of the premiere 1 and 2 episode, like whatever chunk it's called, 1 and 2, was when Nacho is in the hotel or motel, and he's like freaking the fuck out, hyper paranoid, right? And so now keep in mind, I'm on a lot of drugs, so I kept like, when watching this part, I kept like forgetting exactly why he was in the motel and like what he's afraid of. So I couldn't remember. So I was feeling the intense paranoia and anxiety. And then of course the part when he like actually finds out that he's being watched and then like escapes the motel. And then he like, you know, has that fucking interaction with all the fucking people. They just come out of the woodworks. It was great. It was great. It was wonderful. It was fantastic. The other big thing that I loved about this episode was the side plot going after Howard. Great side plot. It was great. When goddamn Saul like takes his clothes off in the locker room, right, as a LARP. Oh, that was great. It was wonderful. And the whole cocaine thing. And then they bring in like the characters from like the first season, I think it was, like the motherfuckers that had that really bad lawsuit in the first season, I think. They bring them in. Right? That was a great flashback with the Liberty like tax or whatever it was, and they have that inflatable thing from the intro. That was great. For those of you that haven't seen the premiere, I know it sounds like I'm just describing random scenes. I don't know why you're watching this if you haven't seen the premiere. You should already be familiar with what I'm talking about, and you should be like, oh yeah, that was great. Or, I agree. Or, you know, these are just my favorite scenes. But one of my favorite characters in the Better Call Saul universe is the wife of that like guy that got like sent away for the tax embezzlement or whatever. Like the wife character is so like rude and nasty. I just love the character. It's a great character. And the scene when they're like kind of extorting them, and goddamn Kim just like starts calling people up as a way to threaten her, you know, because they're doing illegal stuff or whatever, and he's, you know, and she's gonna rat them out. Oh, that was great. Oh. It was wonderful. It was great. I mean, like, just every aspect of the episodes were fantastic. And again, I like my whatever like drug cocktail I was on was peaking when Nacho was in the goddamn hotel room or motel room, whatever it is. A motel, hotel, what's the difference? I don't know. I think it was a motel. I'm not sure. But I definitely enjoyed the Saul scenes. For those of you that don't know, in season 5, there was a big gang war shootout, right, with the side characters like Fring and Nacho and Mike. You know, they're all doing their own things. So season 6, you know, they're running around, they're trying to pick up the pieces or whatever. That's cool. But I thought it was a really good premiere. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching. I don't know what the difference between a motel and a hotel is. I think a motel is when like the doors are connected to the outside. I'm not sure. It's something. And then we got fucking goddamn, what's his name? What's that guy's name? Lalo? When that motherfucker is like trying to like go into like I don't know, there's some like coyote service or whatever, and he's telling the motherfuckers to be nice. I loved it, and then he killed them all because they weren't nice. I mean, if you tell someone to be nice, and then they're not nice, I mean, you have no choice but to commit mass murder. And so that was, you know, I love that he's still alive and he's doing something. He's around there somewhere doing something. We'll find out. They set up a lot of good themes in this premiere that I know, like, you know, they're going to be delving into throughout the rest of the season and series in this instance. You know, like the going after Howard saga, framing him as a coke addict. I'm into it. I'm into that. Can't wait to see how Nacho, does he die? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Because I don't. It's going to be great. I enjoyed it. So, Better Call Saul, Season 6 premiere. I'm going to be doing weekly episode reviews. This is one of my favorite shows. So, if you haven't seen it, are you a goddamn idiot? Are you a dumb fuck? Like, what is wrong with you? You have to have some illness of some kind if you're not watching this program. That's all I can tell you. And there you go. It was great. It was wonderful. It was very fun to watch. And again, I kept watching the commercials because again, I was watching the premiere on AMC Plus, and the commercials were freaking me the fuck out. The goddamn commercials, because I was doing so many drugs. I couldn't figure out that the commercials were real. Like, oh, those are actually products that they want me to buy. Like, so someone decided that they made this product that shouldn't exist. And then they were like, okay, well, we need to spend money to tell people this product exists. And then there's like a team that produces this horrible commercial trying to sell me on this crap. You know, like, I don't know, man. And then, of course, like, you know, I don't know. It was crazy. The commercials were freaking me out. But the show was good. I enjoyed it. Go watch it. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they get, goddamn Walter and Jesse. I'm sure that they're in the Gene storyline. I'm sure. Gotta go early? Well, I gotta go early too. Yeah, I kept thinking that the commercials were Tim and Eric skits because Bob Odenkirk is in Tim and Eric. And so when it was like a Saul scene and then it would go to commercial, I kept thinking it was not real. But then I was like, no, wait, I'm on drugs. Okay. These are real commercials for real products that really exist. It's like, oh, it's a stick for your, you know, here's the stick. And then that's going to help your anxiety by taking the stick and playing with it. It was like, but okay, someone had that idea and they spent money on telling me that idea exists. Like, they spent money so that I now know that there's like the anxiety stick. I don't like what the fuck. I don't know. But anyway, that's my show. This is my goddamn show. Doing a show here. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Whoa. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I got nothing else. I don't know. Oh, Environmental Coffee House. My PayPal is in the show description, actually. And I'm going to repost it there. That's all I got.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
Get your words straight, Jack.
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. Up and reach in the pool and rub the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I am not up to the job. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like, whoa.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
It's like, oh, Abel's your guy, eh, God? How about if I take him out in the field and beat him to death?
Dub is a shit fuck, Cringe Tour, etc., etc.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup.